Good morning, everybody. I don't know if you're anything like I am, but I need some motivation, some external motivation to ride in the winter. I know I see a lot of people have channels and they talk about riding all winter long. So what I've come up with is taking some rides to some donut shops, maybe exploring some new trails in the process. So today's ride, I'll be going to Schneider's Bakery in uptown Westerville via the Alum Creek Trail, and we'll check it out. One thing that I'm probably qualified to rate are donuts, so stay tuned for that rating. So if you're not familiar with the Alum Creek Trail, it is part of OTET, the Ohio to Erie Trail. It runs north and south pretty much all the way through Columbus. This wood deck, or this elevated portion that's wood, it takes down several riders each year, it seems. I didn't notice until I was on my way back and had already crossed this another time that there was actually a sign that says you're supposed to walk your bike across this. You know how wood gets kind of slick. I think they replaced some sections of it, and maybe they added these metal things, I'm not really sure, but I'm glad I didn't wreck my bike. So this is my new Coros Dura solar bike computer and navigation system. So far so good on this one. I got to tell you, I'm pretty happy about it. It's so much better than what I had before. So winter riding is just different, isn't it? I wouldn't say it's better or worse. Yeah, I would. I guess it's worse. You know, you don't have the green corridor that you have normally in the summer, but you can see things better. Like I've noticed riding this winter that, you know, how close the trail is to a stream or to a road even. Also, I think I mentioned previously, I do not like the cold, but if you layer, I seem to do okay. I mean, that said, I've not really ridden this winter anything under like 25, and I might get tested in these coming weeks because I think I want to get out. The Alum Creek Trail is pretty cool in that there are quite a few bridges on the trail. Here's one with some great views. The bridges are really well built in my opinion, and they're wide. You don't have to worry about passing someone and not having ample room. Here's a perfect example. Like the creek off to the left here, this isn't something that I normally would have such a great view of, I don't think. So, I don't know. There's some advantages to riding in winter. So this underpass is a little bit of a mystery to me. I'm pretty sure this is I-270. There's an outside chance that's 161. I'm just not really sure, but it is quite the structure. This is pretty close to downtown Westerville. It's a low-head dam. Westerville calls it a fishing spot. I'm actually surprised it's not been removed at this point. Across the trail is Otterbein Lake, which looks pretty awesome, but a lot of the reviews say that is overgrown. At the end of the trail is Westerville's 9/11 Park. That's actually steel from one of the towers in 9/11. This is a pretty neat park to visit. It's kind of weird because it's kind of like at the end of the trail and you got to go through the parking lot to see it. So this is Main Street in Westerville. I'm kind of climbing up a hill. Main Street is kind of weird, in my opinion, in Westerville because it doesn't seem like Main Street. It intersects downtown with State Street, and for the life of me, I always think State Street is Main Street, and Main Street is State Street, if that made any sense at all. Here I'm crossing over Alum Creek. It's going to go along State Street for a little bit, and then it's going to cross over State Street, and you'll see Alum Creek Park North, which is Westerville's park, not to be confused with Alum Creek State Park. Here's the crossover. Straight ahead will be Alum Creek Park North. That's a Westerville park. Westerville is home to Otterbein University. Otterbein is a kind of a smaller school. My son gave that some consideration, ultimately went to Ohio State. The buildings, particularly to the right there, are Otterbein's buildings. The brick streets are a nice touch in here, and we're just like a couple blocks away from uptown Westerville. So the homes you're seeing here left and right are pretty typical for old Westerville. Westerville is a first-ring suburb. It's located on the northeast section of the Outer Belt, which is 270 around Columbus. Population, I believe, is around 40,000. There are 50, I think the city says 51 miles of trails. There are about 19 parks. It is a very popular city in the region. So this is uptown Westerville, and as luck would have it, I just saw a coworker. I'm going to double back and talk to him. We're real close to Snyder's Bakery. As it turns out, here's uptown Westerville. You can see it. It's really nice. Snyder's Bakery, as it turns out, is closed on a Saturday, but this is 2 days after Christmas, to be fair to them. So I kind of came up with a plan on the fly because I had to have my donut. So I'm on State Street now going south, hoping to find a Tim Hortons because I really got to have that donut to get home. Anymore, I'm pretty reluctant to ride on the street or the road if I can avoid it. I kind of prefer the trails. But at this point, I'm on State Street heading south, and I'm a little bit concerned about holding traffic up. So I'm kind of pushing it a little bit. I suspect I'm going about 25 miles an hour here. I think that because the bike that I have now, I don't know if I've ever talked about it, it's a Trek Marlin 7. It's a mountain bike. So it's a one-by, and it pretty much gears out at 25 miles an hour. There it is in the top left. So as luck would have it, I spot this Dunkin' Donuts over here to the right. I pull into the parking lot, and the story gets even better. I'm not expecting a Dunkin' Donuts. Also, if you look at this sidewalk back here, that's actually, it connects to a bike trail that I didn't even know was there. So I'm going to check out Dunkin' Donuts. What the heck? So say what you want about the chains, but they have reliable hours. The buildings are usually in really good condition, and I was happy to find Dunkin' Donuts. This will be the first time I've actually ever had a donut, I believe, at Dunkin' Donuts. I think they're real big back east. They're not as big here in Ohio, I don't think. So, Dunkin', is it worth 20 miles for 2 donuts? Yeah, probably was. It was not Schneider's. Maybe we'll do that another time.